President Trump is now calling BS on MAGA loyalists who he says are buying into the radical left Democrats' narrative about the Epstein files. And he seems to be pretty aggravated that these MAGA loyalists aren't buying the FBI and DOJ's final word, that Epstein died by suicide and there's no client list to release. Now, there's also this report from Wired that's going around that says new metadata from the Epstein raw prison video had approximately 2 minutes and 53 seconds removed from one of the two stitched together clips. The cut starts right at the missing minute. This whole conversation is stirring up a rare wave of bipartisan chatter, and it doesn't look like the conversation's dying down anytime soon. Now, despite this whole growing bipartisan agreement, Trump continues to downplay the discussion.
But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring.
And Attorney General Pam Bondi, she is completely over this situation too.
Nothing about Epstein. I'm not going to talk about Epstein.
Now, what's uniting Democrats and Republicans over these files is one thing: transparency from the DOJ.
This is something that's been talked about by many people serving in the administration, myself and many others on the right and the left, of there needing to be transparency of the rich and powerful elites that were in his circle.
I think it's time for full transparency and accountability. That's why I offered the amendment the other day in the Appropriations Committee, which was unanimously supported, Democrats and Republicans. We need to get to the bottom of this, and we need to make sure that the Attorney General releases all the documents and answers the questions that we posed in that bipartisan amendment.
I'd just like to see the files turned over. As far as the list, I think Ms. Bondi misspoke.
Attorney General Pam Bondi needs to release Jeffrey Epstein's client list, or she needs to resign.
It's a very delicate subject, but we should put everything out there and let the people decide.
Earlier this week, Representative Ro Khanna had introduced an amendment aimed at forcing the DOJ to release the full Epstein files, but it was narrowly rejected in the House Rules Committee 5-7. Only Representative Ralph Norman voted in favor, while Representative Chip Roy did not vote. On Tuesday, Representative Thomas Massie, who's known for clashing with the president, teamed up with Rep. Khanna introducing a discharge petition, which is a rarely used procedural move that bypasses leadership to force a House vote. Now, Representative Tim Burchett, he's even pushing the leaders of the House Oversight Committee to bring Ghislaine Maxwell in for a public hearing. For the full story, head to our YouTube channel, The National Desk.